as the ocean, as the lakefront, as a matter of fact, would push the waves up on the shore and recede back. I heard that. It's like the water is calling my name. So I'm grateful to be here, and I hope that the stories that I've selected to share with you today will be a part of this process of discernment. That activity of determining the value and quality of a certain subject or event. Discernment. Listening to the little voice in your head. Reckoning what is the voice of God. Oh, someone told me not to go that way. Ancestors, God, your intuition, discernment. Knowing the difference between right and wrong, being able to weigh and balance the thing. There was a deep in the bush where folk really don't generally go. There's a fox. A fox who was just hungry and hunting. And there in the tree, he saw a raven. A raven that had a hunk of cheese in the beak. And he looked up at that raven, and more than anything, he saw that hunk of cheese, and he was so hungry that he began to wonder about that hunk of cheese. He wished for that hunk of cheese. You might say he began to lust for the cheese. And he began thinking, like if that raven maybe was down on the ground, he could fight the raven, beat the raven, and get the cheese. But the fact that the raven had wings foiled his plan, because the raven would just be able to fly up into the tree and keep the cheese. Immediately the fox began to, hey, Raven, look at you. You're so beautiful. Good. Look at the beauty of the blackness of your feathers as it reflects from the sun. It's just so gorgeous. You look so good. Is that a twist in your neck? Oh, my. Oh, you look good. You look good, and look at that beak, oh, look at how your beak is just so majestic, and the way that your claws wrap around that branch. And you know what? I bet you, Raven, if you were to sing, oh, I bet it would just be the most beautiful sound you ever heard. I bet a nightingale couldn't even begin but be getting jealous. Once hearing your voice, the nightingale would stop singing. I bet that the raven, holding that hunk of cheese in her beak, kind of looked at her feathers and, I do look good. You know, felt that twist in the neck. It's like, yeah, fox is kind of right. I am. I'm good looking. You know, the raven began to think about her beak and knew that beak was majestic. That raven went as far. This bird with no sense of discernment went as far as to believe that she could sing. That bird knew good and well. She ain't never sang a note in her life. As a matter of fact, her own voice makes her sing. Gonna sit there, pull in her air, and of course that ball of cheese fell right on out of her mouth, and that fox immediately scooped up the cheese, and down the road he went, because that was all the fox wanted. That raven was left there to crow with the pigeons because of lack of discernment, being able to weigh it. It is perception, making a detailed judgment about a thing. It is a virtue, discerning individual that considers and maybe even to a point we believe possesses wisdom. I'm happy to be here. Not quite sure what's happening with this electronic device over here. Sister Yomi on the phone, and say, hang up, baby, I'm doing a show. So, what, self-answer? Because I didn't answer it right. Discernment. Knowing when to pick the phone up and have a conversation or not. Probably should have left it on. That's Birmingham, Alabama. I get to go there next week. Share the stories of just before Sunday, Bloody Sunday. I thought to myself, one of the good things about meeting with a group of folks that are going into the ministry, you know how we are. And y'all just right back. God is here, y'all right there. Y'all got his ear. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my request for prayer from every single one of y'all. Just straight through. Write it down. Pray for over. Come on, write it down. Pray for over. Yes. Yes. When I came to visit, I just stopped by because I was looking for a place to live. On my way here this morning, I had to stop for a moment in order to go and sign the lease with the new landlord where I'll be living on Kedzie Avenue in a house we're going to call Justusville, where our storytelling workshops will occur downstairs, and we'll have space for my baby girl to in a big room upstairs with a little skylight, and then the office over there, and then downstairs close to the bathroom will be my bedroom, because I've got to be close to the bathroom now at night. Y'all know. On her way to work, one morning down below, road on Saturday. On her way to work, one morning on the road on Saturday. A tender hearted woman saw a half-frozen snake. Its pretty colored skin had been all frosted by the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk. Laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. She ran straight home to work next night, and then as soon as she arrived, she saw that pretty snake. She take it and had it revived. Ooh, hey! Said that woman, you're so beautiful, she cried. You know, if I had not been taking you in, by now you might have died. She stroked his pretty skin again, and then she kissed and held him tight. Instead of saying thanks, that snake gave her a vicious I saved you, cried that woman, and you bitten me, but why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm gonna die. Shut up, silly woman, said that reptile with a grin. You knew good and well I was a snake before you took me. Take the woman, take me in, for goodness sake. Take me inside, till the woman cried. The snake. So I thought what I would do is try to select stories that had that theme of discernment. Now this is the point where you probably get down the road a little piece. You use that, then you jump on into the surface. You know, you just start into it, you know. She don't do well as a snake. She gonna do. There's a nature of a snake to bite. That's what they do. That is their job. That's what they live for. Who's wrong? The snake? No. You don't think no snake gonna take it up in the house? Sometimes I tell the children that story kind of represents the idea of you've got homework to do, let's say, and you come home, and then Pookie, Ray, Bobby, and them, they knock on the door. And they say, let's go outside and play basketball, run around, laugh, talk, whatever we want to do. You've got homework to do. You set your homework down and walk out the door. Whose fault is that? Not Pookie, Ray, Bobby, the knocking on the door. Discernment makes you say, I got homework to do. We have a chance to think about our actions. We can see the outcomes before they hit us. And in that case, that woman know good and well, you'll take no snake up in the house. Sometimes in life we gotta look at it. Sometimes we pick the wrong people. Good and well, the person ain't no good. We know good and well we've gone too far trying to help somebody who's determined to drown. We try to jump in the water and pull them out. All they ever wanted to do was pull us down with them. We've got to take and use that little time, that inner voice, that spirit within, to help guard our kind souls. A woman was really just being kind. But sometimes we've got to measure kindness, foolishness. What's the... Amen. I thought that this was a nice way to reach at it. Because everybody knows this one. King Solomon. And the two women. And what was it? They was, by whatever way it occurred, they happened to have some babies. About the same time. Sleeping. And during the course of the night, one baby, meets his demise. The other mother, holding her precious little baby, falls off to sleep. During the course of the night, the baby was no longer living is exchanged with the baby who was full of life. And that mother wakes up in the morning, she's going to feed her baby. She knows good well right now, this really ain't my baby. Not only that, but this baby is this baby ain't right. Hey lady, you must have my baby. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Here's my baby, mommy. This is my baby right here. Dear King, I know my baby. She has mine. This poor soul. Oh, no. This good one, the one that's all bouncing and breathing with a little heartbeat, that one's mine. That one's hers. So, she just need to get out of here. King had to wait. I'll tell you what I'll do. Bring me my sword. Bring that live baby right here. Hold it up by the this is going like, what are they talking about now? He's going to be all right. Hold it up by its arms. Let me slice it in half. You can take one half of you and you can take the other half of you. Okay? That's what we'll do. Good idea, said the woman whose baby it was not. No. Just give her the baby. See that instinct of motherhood shining through. Solomon had to bring it out. He had to bring it out by doing something drastic. Think my heart says he never would have sliced the babies. But the only way to get that person to come to the point of what do you call it? Of confessing or demonstrating her wrong was to put that situation directly in front of her. And her criminal mind would just as soon kill that baby as to tell the truth. So you got at it. That's probably one of the don't know if it's the strongest, but it's one of those strong moments where we can take and understand discernment. This story comes from an African folktale in the form of a poem. I found it recently, and I'm going to just read and share. It has a wonderful rhythm to it and a great story of the tortoise and the scorpion. Now, I was racking my brain sitting here at this table until I remembered a suitable fable that gets at the truth, though it may well distort us. So here, with this tale, I give scorpion and tortoise. The scorpion was hamstrung, his tail all a quiver. Just how would he manage to get across the river? Why, the water's so deep, he observed with a sigh, which pricked at the ears of a tortoise nearby. Well, why don't you swim? Asked the slow-moving fellow. Unless you're afraid, what are you? Yellow? It isn't a matter of fear or a whim, but I just don't know how to swim. Oh, I didn't mean to be glib when I said that. I figured that you were an amphibian. No offense taken, the scorpion replied. But how about you? Why don't you help me get to the other side? You swim like a dream. You have what I lack. What say you take me across on your back? I'm really not sure that that's the best thing to do, because now that I see that I'm talking to you, well, your reputation is less than ideal. Which proceeding, there's talk of you and your victims are left all poisoned and bleeding. You're the scorpion. And how can I say this? But, well, I just don't feel safe with you riding on my shell. The scorpion replied, well, what would killing you prove? Now, we both drown, so tell me, how would it behoove me to basically die at my very own hand when all I desire is to be on dry land? The tortoise considered the scorpion's defense. He gave it some thought. It made perfect sense. That discerning voice, what was in his mind, he ignored. And then he swam to the bank and he called out, "Come on, get on board." But just a few moments from when they set sail, that scorpion lashed out with his venomous tail. The tortoise too late understood that he blundered when he felt his flesh stab and his carcasses sundered. And as he fought for his life, he said, "Tell me why you have done this, for now we will surely both die." "I don't know," cried that scorpion. "You never should trust a creature like me, because poison I must. I claim some remorse, or at least some compunction, but I just can't help it. My form is my function." You thought I behaved like my cousin the crab, but unlike him, it's my nature to stab. The tortoise expired with one final quiver. Then both of them sank. They were swallowed up by the river. The tortoise was wrong to ignore all his doubts, because in the end, friends, our natures win out. So, what can we learn from their watery end? Is there some lesson on how we should choose our friends? I think what it means is essential to living a life that is good, is a life that's forgiving. We creatures of contact, regardless of whether we kiss or we wound. Still, we must come together. Though it may spell destruction, we still ask for more, since it beats staying dry so long feel with the loneliness of being on a dry shore. So we make ourselves open, while knowing full well it's essentially saying, come on, world, pierce my shell. That's how we do it. Give of ourselves. It's our function. And it's what we're here to give. So go in there prayed up. Go in there knowing that this too will pass. Sometimes they don't just all jump on top of your back and ride like you was the pony from Troy, man. But such is our function. That's what we do. Abo? I believe in my ear is the voice of my mentor, Oscar Brown Jr. I had great fortune to come to Chicago. Great fortune. Gwendolyn Brooks sat in the room while we were all reciting poetry, and she sat there in the chair right in the center of the room, and it was my time to introduce her. She sat through the entire function that we were having, and it was my time to introduce her, and as I brought her, asked her to please come and for the room to stand and applaud her. It's a poet laureate of Illinois. This is Gwendolyn Brooks. This is we real cool, we skip school, we lurk late, we strike straight, we sing Sid, we thin Jim, we jazz June, we die soon, playing in the backyard. Gwendolyn Brooks, who was the orator of our childhood. Y'all stand up and sit down. She came and touched my shoulder, felt like she knighted me. I could listen to that boy talk all day. So she said, in front of everybody. It's what I do. Talk all day. Immediately through the Illinois Arts Council was granted with what they call the Master Apprentice Grant. It's one of those grants that just lasted just a very short period of time. And just a few people got wind of it. And I did. And I wrote. And I had already met Maggie Brown and Songbird. And played with Bobo Brown on that bass in the People's Housing Theater little room, and there was one, Iantha. Iantha was a little brainiac. I said, Alex, come here. And we wrote the grant for me as a apprentice to study Oscar Brown. So I'll give you 3 pieces. And when I did earlier, the snake, the signifying monkey, which please do something. Go to our website, storytellingking.com. storytellingking.com, and just pull up that little piece of signifying monkey. It's just ridiculous what we do now. It's just out of control. And using the influence of Chicago, put some blues to it. So now the signifying monkey is in blues. Remember, I gotta look at somebody. Remember signifying monkey used to be so dirty and good. Grown folk had to cover one ear when they heard somebody say it, because it was just filthy. But Lacy Hughes saved it, and he put it in an anthology of African American literature. It was still pretty bad, but Oscar got a hold to it, and he softened it up with a little bit of music and changed a few of the foul words into different meaning, and he made it so that it could be applied in mixed company, but still grown folk. But I teach children. So he said, here, you need to fix it up one more time. So now it's clean, it's got a little rhythm of the blues, but it's still, you don't monkeys don't listen, don't mind. And then ultimately, my dear Dr. Burroughs. Dr. Margaret Burroughs is a lover of mankind and this beautiful artist and poet who spends the time with her kids going into the prisons and painting and drawing and etching and sharing her gift, just giving it away, just giving it away. Her writings and her art, giving it away. But she was always giving a compliment, always reaching out a hand to pull up. You know, start it out. Say, go make something of yourself. Use your gift. Apply your gift. Try to make the world a better place. And we found. So I'll share this piece called An Old Man from Oscar Brown. There he sits, savoring his favorite joy. An old man reliving his life as a boy. Recalling the righteous, the raucous, the wrong, committed while he was still supple and strong. And there he sits, settled down deep in his past, surrounded by shadows his memories cast, to shade him from brilliance he no longer needs, to shed light on young daring deeds. Where's the advantage in growing so old? No longer need to be brave, brash, or bold. Where's the advantage unless you grow wise as you look upon life through experience eyes? There he sits, suffering the triumphs of age, descended to senile or risen to stage, depending upon what conclusions he drew from all that his life put him through. Where's the advantage in years that have passed, unless you can sit and look back at long last on all the relations, frustrations, and fun. Wages of ages now over and done. There he sits, grateful to just reminisce, counting the blessings, the blues, and the bliss. What all he came, what all he began, before he became an old man. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Old man in the full thing I've ever known. Because I always kind of started and it's not really. Always started, not really. Always started, not really. And I distinctly heard